It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And we'll see Zaire Franklin. He's a night...
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And the nightcap to a busy Sunday has begun. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by the four-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
Rodgers here off the play action. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 4 there, and it'll give the Jets a first down. Rodgers here from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Wanted to get that one to Mike Williams. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Hall running between the tackles. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Now Rodgers. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. On first down, here comes Hall. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Rodgers. That's complete to Wilson. And this one doesn't go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. Just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Slot man in motion right. 2nd down carry for Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Short pass brought in. Rolling into enemy territory. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On first down, it's Richardson. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's second down coming up. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Complete left side to Thomas. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Taylor with the first and then some. And they finally get to him at the 15. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Working inside the red zone. And wow, nearly a pick on that check down. A bit lucky that he couldn't hang on to it, and it fell incomplete.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Misfire there, couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts finish off their opening drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Dangerous route. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. Gay with the point after. And the Colts won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Caught by Lazard. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. They'll go right side with Hall. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 48. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Stephon Gilmore stopping that play. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Ball takes it straight ahead. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And look at this return. Races past midfield. And he'll go out of bounds with more than half the work done. Offense in enemy territory to begin the series at the 45-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Taylor now, up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
They just get the play off. He tucks it and takes off. So before they can set up for another play. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Completed over the middle. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
They'll start this one out with Hall. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
Now here's Rodgers. It's taken in by Williams. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. Has a man. It's Tyler Conklin. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Hall once more. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Rodgers will look to throw. Wilson on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's Hall. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They go right back to Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Richardson trying to get everybody to the line. Throw is caught by the back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action with Rodgers. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Rodgers here from the gun. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's good for the Jets. First down.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. That's complete to Wilson. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. And it's the Jets looking at 1st and 5. They'll throw again. Rodgers. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. So now, here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Bass's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Returnable from the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. First down throw here from Richardson. And it falls incomplete. Went for the deep ball there, but just couldn't connect. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Straight ahead with Taylor. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Colts gonna kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. Wow, beautiful punt there. They have them backed up all the way to the 2-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And this buys them some much-needed breathing room up across the 5. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. That brings us to the break. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Colts back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he is the NFL leader in rushing yards as we work through November. He's hoping an excellent season can continue as such here. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He lets one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take the lead right away in half number 2. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts jump in front now by 5. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Xavier Gibson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They start the half with a give to Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Hits him on the out route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To throw, Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Again, Rodgers. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. On now comes their punter. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. The Colts and receiver Michael Pittman Jr. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Can't get it to him, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Colts ready for the punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And this one's kicked up towards the clouds. Wow! And he'll make the fair catch. Didn't make it to the 50. This one just short of midfield. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Now here comes the New York offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Caught by Lazard. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Throwing again, it's Rodgers. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Complete to Alan Lazard. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Throwing once again, Rodgers. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a 3rd quarter lead. Mike Williams, the touchdown. Now the Jets keeping the offense on the field. They're going to go for 2. Nothing doing on that two-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Well, no harm in going for it there, Brock. Wanted to make it a field goal game, but their advantage instead stays at 1.
Yeah, that data book tells you it's the right call to make because we're here in the second half. Leading by 2 instead of just 1 doesn't make much of a difference either way. You still now trail with an opposing field goal, and that's what they've got to defend against right now.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. This is ahead for about 5. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 38. Buys time, rolling right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be first down, Colts. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, it's Richardson. Over to Pittman on the sideline, caught. And he's out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. Robert Saleh, you can tell he thinks the officials got this wrong, and he's going to challenge that call. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to...
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. Richardson now on first and 10. On target to his man Taylor. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. From the red zone now. Doesn't make the connection.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
From the gun, Taylor. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a third-quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. So they stick with the hot hand partner, and he ends up adding 2 more on top of that touchdown.
I'd say 8 points is a pretty solid try's work for him.
Right.
And as long as he's producing, seeing the gaps, getting the pads down, getting those tough yards, feed that man the ball, he won't be denied.
Gibson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
Rodgers here from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Colts will take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Taylor again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Richardson now. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, give him a chance to make a play.
A gain of 3 on the play.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They'll throw again, Richardson. Short pass brought in. Still has some space inside the 35. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. This one finds Taylor. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Doesn't look like it has the leg, and it falls well short of the posts. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers will look to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. To throw, Rodgers. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. From the gun, it's Hall. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. This is Hall. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Rodgers set to pass. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
First down.
Now here's Rodgers. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup.
Working out of the gun. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York. The Jets now trail by just a point in the 4th. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Taylor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go again with Taylor. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Here's Taylor. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Oh, big moment here. This is intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Downs on the return. Return's looking good so far. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The visitors and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. Here's a handoff for Taylor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Richardson trying to get everybody to the line. They're going Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. First down throw by Rodgers. They did it! He made the interception! That's Justin Simmons. And the Colts have some new life in the fourth.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, right, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role.
That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They get 38 out of the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Colts down by 7. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. First down throw here from Richardson. Taken in by Downs, left side. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Colts. Setting up to pass. Left side pulled in by Pittman. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Taylor makes the catch. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's first and goal. Back to throw. This one's caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Taylor. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's a Conda on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Jets offense now set to take over. And they need to get it to at least that 40-yard line to have a shot at the game winner. But there's enough time remaining to work it even closer if things go right. Here he is to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. He'll look to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So second down coming up. Rodgers here from the gun. Wilson's got it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. Now to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Punt team on the field. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor now up the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Play action with Richardson. He puts everything behind this one. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And so as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those 2 possessions, the next score would then win. Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Downs on the return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The visitor. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now a run with Taylor. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. A run here with Taylor. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And it's going to be 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory.